Hello guys, so today we are doing my Thunder Dragon deck profile. So, the first card is a Lupine. Dark attribute level 4 beast type, 1700 attack, 3000 defense. And when this card is normal summon, you can banish one monster from your hand, banish one monster from your deck with the same type as that monster. Yeah, this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can target one of your banished monsters, add it to your hand. You can only use each effective Lupine once per turn. Lupine. So, this thing is used to start off to bring out your Thunder Dragon Fusion by using Thunder Dragon Fusion. And since I will already get 2 in the grave, that will help you start off that. But that's really only something you want to do if you have either the Hawk Thunder Dragon guy or you have the Fusion. Otherwise, you're going to probably want to look for some other combo. And then we have Battery Man Solar. This card is normal or special summoned. You can send one Thunder monster from your deck to the grave. If a Thunder monster is normal or special summoned while this card is on the field, summon one Battery Man token. Thunder Light level 1 attack 0 defense 0. You can target one Battery Man effect monster you control or in your grave. This card's name becomes that monster's name until the end phase. You can only use each effective Battery Man Solar once per turn. So it's usually used for its first, for the same reason a Lupine is. Get the Thunders in your grave. Next we have Chaos Dragon Levineer. Anything that plays light or dark will want this thing just because of its very good summoning condition. Chaos Dragon Levineer. Dark attribute level 8 dragon effect 3000 attack. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 3 light and or 3 dark monsters from your graveyard. When summoned this way, you can apply this effect based on the attributes of the monsters banished for the special summon. Also, this card cannot attack for the rest of this turn. Only light monsters special summon one monster from your graveyard in defense mode. Only dark, shuffle one random card from your opponent's hand into the deck. Both light and dark destroy up to 2 cards on the field. You can only use this effective Chaos Dragon Levineer once per turn. So that kind of sucks, because if you do this, I believe you can't get all 3. But, yeah. And considering Chaos Thunder Dragons have both, it helps out a lot. I mean, even these two. That's why Chaos Thunder Dragons are very popular. Or at least were. I don't know how much they're popular now, but still. Then we have Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. A Psychic Tuner, level 3, light attribute. When a monster on the field activates this effect, or when a spell or trap that was already face up on the field activates this effect, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand or field to the grave. Destroy that card on the field. You can only use this effect of Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit once per turn. This is going to help you negate some stuff. So yeah. Then we have the Chaos Creator. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing one light and one dark monster from your grave. If you control this card that was special summoned from the hand, you can target 3 banished monsters with different names. Special summon one of them, then place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. You can only use you can only use this effect of the Chaos Creator once per turn. This is used because you do banish a few times. You don't banish all the time, but when you do banish, it does get helpful or recycle those. Next, we have the original. The 3 Thunder Dragons. Level 5, light attribute, thunder effect monsters. 1600 attack, 1500 defense. You can discard this card, add up to 2 Thunder Dragon monsters from your deck to your hand. So, that helps. Thunder Dragon Dark. You can discard this card, add 1 Thunder Dragon Dark from your deck to your hand. If this card is banished or sent from the field to the grave, you can add 1 Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand, except Thunder Dragon Dark. You can only use Thunder Dragon Dark's effect once per turn. So, this helps out, and once more, getting it to the graveyard, also summoning out your Thunder Dragon Lord, so yeah. Then we have Thunder Dragon Duo. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned from your hand by banishing 1 light and 1 dark from your grave. Once per turn, if a monster effect is activated in the hands, this card gains 300 points until the end of this turn. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can banish 1 card from your graveyard, add 1 thunder monster from your deck to your hand. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase, you can target one of your banished cards, place it on the top of your or bottom of your deck. So this is kind of like a chaos this is a chaos monster, but it's specifically tailored to Thunder Dragons mostly. I'm pretty sure you could use it in a regular Thunder Dragon, but really you're gonna want to use it in a Thunder Dragon. Next we have Thunder Dragon Hawk. Light attribute, level 6, Thunder effect, 1800 attack, 2200 defense. You can discard this card, especially when one of your Thunder Dragons that is banished or in your grave, except Thunder Dragon Hawk. If this card is banished or sent from the field to the grave, you can shuffle any number of cards from your opponent's hand into the deck. You can know the same number of cards. You can only use each effect of Thunder Dragon Hawk once per turn, and only once that turn. So that helps out. I use it for its first effect. Second effect could be helpful, so I don't really think you're gonna try to get it on the field that much, though. Thunder Dragon Lord cannot be normal summoned or set. Must first be special summoned during the turn. A Thunder monster's effect is activated in the hand, by banishing one level 8 or lower Thunder monster from your hand or face-up field. Once per opponent's turn, you can banish 2 cards from your grave, including a Thunder monster. You can target one Thunder monster you control. Your opponent cannot target it with card effects this turn. Once per turn during the end phase, you can send one Thunder Dragon card from your deck to your hand, to your grave. So that once more helps out with some combos, gives some protection, and yeah, I mean it's not too hard to summon. It has a decent attack point, so I like it. It's a good guy that you can use, and then like this thing can help power it up a little. You can discard this card and target one Thunder monster you control against 500 attack. If this card is banished or sent from the field to the grave, you can add one Thunder Dragon Matrix from your deck to your hand. You can only use one Thunder Dragon Matrix effects once per turn, and only once that turn. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It has 2000 defense, so really if you can't do anything, which I highly doubt, at least you have a decent defense. Hopefully that never happens. I've never had that problem. Then we have 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Roar. You can discard this card, add from your hand one of your Thunder Dragon cards that is banished or in your grave, except Thunder Dragon Roar. If this card is banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, especially when one Thunder Dragon monster from your deck in defense mode, but return it to your hand during the end phase. You can only use one effect of Thunder Dragon War effect per turn, and only once a turn. So this will help you recycle a little bit, and yeah. Then you have 2 copies of Allure of Darkness. Draw 2 cards and banish one dark monster from your hand. Or if you do not have any in your hand, send the entire hand to the graveyard. So, I would play this at 3, but I do have one reason for not putting it at 3. The deck is half dark, half light, and I have had a few times when I did play this at 3 where I did not have a dark, and I played it because I had nothing, and then boom. It does work surprisingly well at 2, and it's very consistent now. So that helps out a lot. Then we have Called by the Grave. Target one monster in your opponent's grave, banish it. And if you do until the end of the next turn, its effects are negated, as well as the activated effects and effect on the field of monsters with the same original name. So this will help stop some hand traps, so you can play through a few negates. And it's not once per turn, so if you happen to get a few, you can negate several. Then we have Instant Fusion. Pay 1,000 life points, especially when one level 5 or lower fusion monster from your extra deck, but it cannot attack, also it is destroyed during the end phase. This is treated as a fusion summon. You can only activate 1 instant fusion per turn. Now, I don't know if people might be questioning this one, but Mask Change. Discard 1 card and target 1 face-up monster you control that has a level. Send it to the grave. Also, after that, if it left the field by this effect, especially from your extra deck, 1 masked hero with the same attribute but a higher level than the attribute such level of the monster when it's on the field. Its original attribute such level if it's face down. This special summon is treated as a special summon with Mask Change. You can only activate 1 Mask Change 2 per turn. And I don't know if you guys saw this earlier, but I have 2. And since you're usually going to be using probably a Matrix and stuff, it helps out. Then we have 2 copies of Polymerization. If you can summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material. And I do have a target for that, and it's right here, Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Its summoning condition is 2 monsters with the same attribute but different types. 2 very popular attributes in here, Dark and Light. Very popular, especially with the Chaos archetype. And Thunder isn't really too popular of a type, so it's only really useless unless you're going up against Thunder Dragons. But then if you're going up against Thunder Dragons, you can just use it to bring out your Thunder Dragon fusion. So, yeah, works out. Next, you have legit Thunder Dragon Fusion. Fusion summon 1 Thunder Fusion monster from your extra deck by shuffling fusion materials in your possession listed on it into your deck that are on the field, banished, or in the grave. During your main phase, except the turn this card sent to the grave, you can banish this card from your grave. Add 1 Thunder monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect as Thunder Dragon Fusion once per turn. So it's a recycle, it's a search, and it's a fusion spell. 3 things in 1. Very good spell card. Next, we have the target for your instant fusion, Chimera Thunder. No, it's just 1900 attack, fusion, that's it, Thunder, level 5, Wind. No one actually uses that for its real thing, it's for him, and you'll see his alternative condition later. Masked Hero Dark Law. This is a very good hero card, probably one of the few reasons heroes are still alive at this point, but Must be special summoned with Mask Change, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Any card sent to your opponent's grave is banished instead. Once per turn, if your opponent adds a card from their deck to the hand, draw phase or damage step, except during the draw phase or damage step, you can banish 1 random card from your opponent's hand. So that helps out. It negates some searches, which is why I don't really have Ash Blossom in here. You can add Ash Blossom in there in the side deck and then just edit it out, but still. That's why I don't have Ash Blossom, and the banishing effect is really just an added bonus for me. So yeah. This is just because it's a light attribute Masked Hero, and I have light in here, so yeah, I decided to add it in to make this deck a little more consistent. Masked Hero Koga. Must be special with Mask Change and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Gains 500 attack for each monster your opponent controls. Once per turn, during the player's turn, you can banish 1 hero monster from your graveyard, then target 1 face-up monster on the field. That card loses attack equal to its attack of the monster banished to activate its effect until the end of the turn. Obviously, its second effect can't be used unless Dark Law's in the grave. But the 500 attack is good since a lot of people like spamming out monsters nowadays. So next we have Mud Dragon of the Swamp. Worm Fusion effect, 1900 attack, 1600 defense, water attribute, level 4. 2 attribute monsters with the same attribute with different types. Your opponent cannot target this card or monster in the field with the same attribute as this card with card effects. Once per turn, you can declare 1 attribute. This card becomes that attribute until the end of this turn. So it has protection for card effects, but it's mostly just so you can get rid of some of your opponent's monsters that super poly. Then we have 3 Thunder Dragon Titans. Level 10, light attribute Thunder Fusion effect. 3,200 attack, 3,200 defense. 3 Thunder Dragon monsters must either be fusion summoned or special summoned by banishing 1 Thunder monster from your hand and 1 Thunder Fusion you control. Once more instant fusion. Or maybe, who knows, super poly guy. And 1 Thunder Fusion monster you control, except Thunder Dragon Titan, in which case you do not use polymerization. When a Thunder monster's effect is activated in the hand, even during the damage step, you can destroy 1 card on the field. If this card will be destroyed by card effect, you can banish 2 cards from your grave instead. So that is a really good effect. It gives it some protection and stuff. So yeah, I like it. It has a decent attack, but that's something you can talk about later. Then we have Boral Sword Dragon. Link 4, Dark Attribute Dragon Link Effect. 3,000 attack at Link 4. 3 or more effect monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. Once per turn, you can trigger 1 attack position monster, change it to defense mode. Also, this card can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Your opponent can activate cards or effects in response to this card's activation. Once per turn, when this card declares an attack on a face-up monster, you can activate this effect until the end of this turn. This card gains attack equal to half the attack that monster's current attack, and if it does, that monster's current attack is halved. So that last effect is kind of like a Dark Rebellion effect, so that helps out. Since it has generic materials, it helps out a lot. Then we have Link of Karibo. That Battery Man's tokens are level 1, and so is that Matrix. So you can get him in the grave, start off some plays, and stuff like that. And also, the tokens can help you revive him over and over. And his effect's not too bad. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can tribute this card, change that opponent's monster attack to 0 until the end of this turn. If this card is in your grave, you can tribute one level 1 monster, special in this card. You can only use this effect of Link Karibo once per turn. So yeah, like I said, it's not too bad if you can get the monsters. Not exactly what I'd call an ace, but it works. Predator Plant Verte Anaconda. Dark attribute, level 2, plant link effect. 500 attack, link 2. 2 effect monsters. You can target one face of monster on the field. It becomes dark until the end of this turn. That can also help you with Super Poly stuff. You can pay 2,000 life points and send one Polymerization normal or Quick Play or Fusion normal or Quick Play spell from your deck to the grave. This effect becomes that spell's effect when this card is activated. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn. You can only use each effect of Predator Plant, Verte, and Anaconda once per turn. So that will help you activate any of these, really. Whether it be instant, mass change, mass polymerization, super poly, or Thunder Dragon Fusion, they all are accessible just through Verte and Anaconda. Then we have some Summoner. 2 Thunders. 2 downward diagonal arrows, light attribute, Thunder Link effect, 1600 attack, link 2. 2 Thunder monsters. Once per turn, quick effect. You can discard 1 card and target 1 Thunder monster in your grave, except a Link monster. Force them to your zone, discard points too. So, yeah, you can use it to revive Boral Sword, or this guy. 2 Thunder monsters. Not this guy, sorry guys. Or you can use it to revive the Dreadnought, the Juggernaut guy, or the Galaxy Eyes, just so you can get an extra power. But you'd have to find a way to turn them into Thunders, but you can always just get one of these. Thunder Dragon Lord. Then we have Thunder Dragon Thunderstorm Mech. Level Link 4, Thunder Link effect, light attribute, 2800 attack. 2 or more Thunder monsters. During your main phase, if you control this Link Summon card, you can target one of your Thunder Dragon monsters that have banished or in your grave. Apply that monster's effect that discards itself to activate. Then place that monster on the top or bottom of your deck. You can only use this effect of Thunder Dragon Thunderstorm Mech once per turn. If a Thunder monster you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish 3 cards from your graveyard instead. So that helps out, especially since this card also gets recycles your banishing, and it banishes itself, and it helps banish some cards. It really is good to me. Then, since we have a decent amount of level 8s, Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon. 3,000 attack, rank 8, light attribute, 3,000 attack, 2,500 defense. 2 level 8s. Once per turn, you can touch 1 Xyz material from this card and target 1 face of monster your opponent controls. Monsters you control cannot attack your opponent directly for the rest of this turn, except this card. Also, take control of the targeted monster until the end phase. While this effect is applied, its effects are negated. Its attack becomes 3,000. Also, its name becomes Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon. So this will help you use some stuff in your opponent's field and take it away. And who knows, maybe you can even get a direct attack out of it. But then we have Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Gustav Max, since we have a few level 10s. 2 level 10s. Once per turn, you can touch 1 Xyz from this card and inflict 2,000 damage to your opponent. That's a lot of burn damage. I mean, a lot. Then we have this one. Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon Juggernaut Libby. Rank 11, Earth attribute. Machine exceeds effect. 4,000 attack, 4,000 defense. 3 level 11s. Once per turn, you can also exceed summon this card by using 1 rank 10 exceeds monster you control as material. Transfer exceeds materials for this card. Once per turn, you can touch 1 material from this card against 2,000 attack and defense. Also, for the rest of this turn, you can only declare an attack with this card. During each battle phase this turn, this card can make attacks on monsters up to the number of materials it has plus 1. So that helps out a lot. So you can always at least have 1 extra attack. And since it needs about 3, that helps out. And I hope you guys enjoy my Thunder Dragon deck. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And if you buy any of these, go to Calabozo Gaming to help support the channel. And I will see you guys next time.